In an earlier video, I had mentioned that the translator and editor of this interlinear Bible here, taken from the Textus Receptus, was J.P. Green, and he did the foreword in Unholy Hands on the Bible by Dean John Burgon. And I'll cite the references for those in this video, like I do in my other videos, but I'd like to share with you some of the words that J.P. Green says in the foreword to Unholy Hands on the Bible by John Dean Burgon. This is J.P. Green speaking. Publisher's Preface. God's providential preservation of His Word. The words of Jehovah are pure words, like silver refined in an earthen furnace, purified 7 times. You shall keep them, O Jehovah. You shall preserve them from this generation forever. Psalm 12, verse 6. The scriptures are plain and clear in their claim that God will preserve His God-breathed words for every generation of the faithful. All flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. But the word of the Lord remains forever. 1 Peter 1, verse 25. It is easier for the heaven and the earth to pass away than one tittle of the law to fail. Luke 16, verse 17. Until the heavens and the earth pass away, in no way shall one iota or one tittle pass away from the law until all come to pass. Matthew 5, verse 18. In accordance with the scriptures, all the old confessions of faith clearly affirm this. God, the supreme judge, not only took care to have His word, which is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, committed it to writing by Moses, the prophets, and the apostles, but has also watched and cherished it with paternal care, even since it was written up to the present time, so that it could not be corrupted by craft of Satan or fraud of man. Helveticus Consensus 1675. The Westminster Confession of Faith has a similar declaration. Dean Burgon asks this question of those who would scoff at God's providential preservation of the text. It is indeed credible that almighty wisdom, which is observed to have made such abundant provision for the safety of the humblest forms of animal life, for the preservation of common seeds, often seeds of noxious plants, should yet have omitted to make provision for the life-giving seed of His own everlasting word. But what say our textual critics and their dupes, the translators in the present day? They say that thousands of words, most modern translations have up to 10,000 fewer words in their New Testaments, have been buried for from 1,000 to 1,800 years in Egyptian sands, in a convent wastebasket, and in the Pope's library. According to their claims, dozens and dozens of generations have been without these thousands of inspiring words. Furthermore, they claim that instead thousands of false words have been inserted into our New Testaments, and that the faithful have been deceived by these uninspired additions. And since it is correlative to these claims, they are saying that God did not care for His words during these many centuries, and in fact took no action to ensure His words being preserved so as not to be lost through corrupted manuscripts. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the aim of the critics that they are the ones to tell you which are and which are not the true words of God. Does this not remind us of Job's words to his friends? For truly you are the people, and wisdom will die with you. Job 12, verse 2. Well, I wanted to read that to you to kind of show you what he's talking about here. He's talking about the Textus Receptus, which means received text, which was around for 1,800 years, as he said. But Westcott and Hort, they had some manuscripts that they dug up from some wastebaskets in St. Catherine's Cathedral in Alexandria and the Vatican in Rome. So a lot of people are trying to change God's word, and that's a really bad thing. And I had mentioned in a previous video, I wanted to share with you what I had found in this book, and in this book that J.P. Green was actually involved with the editing of John Dean Burgon's book. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I'll post some citations and stuff for y'all.